Welcome to Le Jardin Community Center's 2024 Parent Orientation. Family Engagement in Early Childhood Education. Welcome to Le Jardin Community Center's presentation on Family Engagement in Early Childhood Education. Family engagement is a critical component of the Early Head Start program, which fosters a strong partnership between families, educators, and the community. Importance of family involvement. Research shows that family involvement has a positive impact on children's learning and development. Engaged families play a crucial role in supporting children's academic, social, and emotional growth. Benefits of family engagement. Better academic results. Children with involved families are more likely to achieve greater academic success. Improved social skills. Family support contributes to positive social interactions and cooperation with peers. Improved attendance and behavior. Engaged families encourage regular school attendance and positive behavior from children. Types of family engagement. Parenting. Provide resources and support to parents in their role as the child's first teacher. Communication. Establish open and effective lines of communication between families and educators. Volunteering. Encourage family members to participate in classroom activities and school events. Learning at home. Offer guidance to parents to support learning activities at home. Strategies for effective family engagement. Culturally responsive approach. Acknowledging and respecting the diverse cultural backgrounds, customs, and languages within families. Welcoming environment. Create a warm and welcoming environment that fosters positive family-teacher relationships. Two-way communication. Encourage regular communication, both by informing families of their child's progress and soliciting their input. Family workshops. Hold workshops on various topics such as parenting skills, child development, and health and nutrition. Home visits. Initiate home visits to establish a personal connection with families and understand their unique needs. Benefits of home visits. Home visits provide a fuller understanding of the child's environment and family dynamics. They foster trust and strengthen the relationship between families and educators. Community associations. Collaboration with community organizations enhances family engagement efforts. Partnerships expand access to resources, services, and support for families. Address barriers to family engagement. Language and cultural barriers. Offer culturally sensitive translation services and resources. Timing and scheduling. Provide flexible meeting times and virtual options to accommodate busy schedules. Transportation. Arrange transportation options for families to attend school events. Parent education. Offer resources and workshops to empower parents with the knowledge and skills to support their children's learning. Measurement of family participation. Establish metrics and evaluation tools to measure the effectiveness of family engagement initiatives. Use feedback from families to make improvements and adjustments as needed. Success stories. Share success stories and testimonials from families who have been actively involved in their children's education. Highlight the positive impact that family involvement has had on your child's development. Conclusion. Family engagement is a powerful catalyst for the success of early childhood education, particularly in early Head Start programs. By building strong partnerships with families, we can create a nurturing and supportive learning environment for every child. Le Jardin Community Center Early Head Start Parent Agreement. 1. To be a model parent, I will use appropriate, respectful, and friendly language at school. I will address all staff and family in a respectful manner. 2. Dress appropriately while at school. Inappropriate attire, including, but not limited to, revealing clothing, obscene or offensive writing on clothing, nightwear, etc., is not permitted. 3. Use a cell phone only outside of the classroom. 4. Follow all traffic rules, including proper parking, not leaving children under the age of 15 unattended in the car, turning down the music to an acceptable level, not leaving the engine running, etc. I understand that if necessary, the proper authorities will be called. 5. Provide valid identification when requested by staff. Anyone picking up my child must also be able to present proper identification when requested before my child is released. 6. Keep my emergency contact list up to date. Only those listed on the emergency contact list will be able to pick up my child. 7. Follow Les Jardins program hours of operation policy. Drop off from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Pick up no later than 5:30 p.m. I understand that not picking up my child during program hours is serious and in some cases may be considered negligence and will require the involvement of law enforcement, DCF. 8. Maintain compliance with DCF regulations by ensuring my child has current health documentation on file. I agree to keep such information current and up to date throughout the duration of my participation in the program. Documentation includes physicals, immunizations, and dental exams. Missing or expired documents will result in exclusion under licensing rules until the documents are turned in. 9. Make sure my child attends school as many days as possible. I will contact the center immediately when my child is unable to attend. Ten, keep my child at home when affected by a contagious disease or on the advice of Les Jardins staff or health professionals. 11. Regularly attend scheduled parent committee meetings. I will also volunteer my time and services for the program as often as possible. 12. To first address concerns at parent-teacher conferences. 13. Be available and participate in discussions about my child's health, education, behavior, or concerns on progress, goals, assessments, home visits, etc. 14. Allow Le Jardin staff to make home visits during the school year at my convenience. 15. Allow my child's photographs to be used in newspapers, displays, bulletin boards, educational publications, movies, and television presentations for educational, training, and recruiting activities. 16. Complete child abuse and neglect training provided by Le Jardin. 17. Meet the standards outlined in the Le Jardin Early Head Start Parent Handbook. 18. Comply with the standards outlined in the Know Your Child's Care brochure. 19. Work with my family worker to develop goals and objectives. 20. Le Jardin staff will provide support to the parent beginning 6 months prior to the child's 3rd birthday to help prepare and locate additional child care services for the family. It is the parent's responsibility to identify and enroll the child into a child care program once the child has turned 3 years old, with the resources and support provided by Le Jardin staff. You will then be prompted to sign the parent agreement form, which states, "To the best of my knowledge, the information on this form is correct. I understand that if any information is found to be incorrect, such as address, phone number, and/or family size, I am required to notify the program immediately. I understand that these records are confidential and only those who work directly with my child or family will have access to them. Records will not be released to any other agency without the written permission of the parent or guardian." Here is an example of the parent agreement form. Here is an example of the parent agreement form. Here is an example of the parent agreement. When you sign the parent agreement form, you are agreeing to the statements numbers 1 through 20. When you sign the parent agreement form, you are agreeing to the statements. Transitions. Le Jardin's Early Head Start program serves children ages 0 to 3 years. Children enrolled in the Early Head Start program will transition into Head Start or another child care program as soon as possible after the child's 3rd birthday. Le Jardin staff will provide support to the parent beginning 6 months prior to the child's birthday to help prepare and locate additional child care services for the family. It is the parent's responsibility to identify and enroll the child into a child care program once the child has turned 3 years old with the resources and support provided by Les Jardines staff. In preparation for this transition, your family worker will meet with you to discuss the transition process and your available options. We will meet with you 6 months prior to your child's 3rd birthday to begin the transition. At this meeting, we will discuss the transition process, including the options of a new preschool setting and the development of goals for your child. We will then meet with you 3 months prior to your child's 3rd birthday to share information about your child's goals and progress as we continue to provide support to you and your child through the transition process. 1 month prior to the transition, we will assist you with completing and obtaining the required documentation to enroll your child into a new preschool setting. If you choose to apply to our Head Start program, we will start the classroom visit schedule to the new preschool classroom at this time. In the event you, the parent guardian, cannot participate in Head Start classroom transition visits, you can designate someone listed on the emergency contact to take your place. For example, if a child is 2 years and 10 months old when enrolled, Les Jardines staff will begin the transition process to help you find a new school for your child. At 3 years old, your child should already have applied to a school to start with as soon as possible. The children's curriculum at Les Jardines Early Head Start is for children 0 to 3 years old. Once the child is 3 years old, the curriculum changes with the growth of the child. Here is attached the transition letter from Early Head Start to preschool. Importance of attendance. The ERSI worker at Les Jardines works with parents to maintain consistent attendance and ensure that educational goals are met. Parents are asked to inform the program when their child will be absent, since the program keeps track of all children's attendance. Regular attendance and on-time daily arrivals provide consistency, order, and a sense of empowerment that are important for young children and essential for developing lifelong skills. Remember the following. A consistent routine helps children feel secure and gives them a sense of security that helps them learn better. Interrupted attendance or long periods of absence can affect both your child's adjustment to school and their learning. Make the commitment to your child and their education by bringing them to school every day. If a child is absent for 3 days in a row, the ERSI worker or program staff conduct a home visit to review your child's enrollment and establish a plan to improve your child's attendance. You and your child are important members of the Les Jardines community, and we look forward to seeing you on a daily basis. Education component. Creative curriculum for infants, toddlers, and twos. At Les Jardines, we are proud to implement the creative curriculum for infants, toddlers, and twos, a comprehensive and research-based approach designed to support the growth and development of our youngest learners. This curriculum helps our early Head Start teachers provide developmentally appropriate practices and create enriching daily routines and experiences tailored to each child's strengths, interests, and needs. Teaching Strategies Gold 1302.33. Teaching Strategies Gold is an observation-based assessment system designed for children from birth through kindergarten. Teaching Strategies Gold allows our teachers to observe and document each child's growth. This helps us identify if a child is not making expected progress, enabling us to adjust activities and provide tailored support to meet each child's unique needs. The system is inclusive, addressing the needs of dual language learners and children with disabilities, ensuring that every child receives the support they need to thrive. Teaching and Learning Environment HSPPS 1302.31. Our environment is thoughtfully designed to be safe and nurturing, fostering a sense of security and well-being for infants, toddlers, and twos. Our classrooms have age-appropriate equipment, materials, supplies, and physical spaces. Environments also include developmentally appropriate schedules, lesson plans, and experiences that support all children, including dual language learners and those with disabilities. By prioritizing these elements, we ensure that every child can explore, grow, and thrive in a supportive and engaging setting. Parent-teacher conferences and home visits. Home visits and parent-teacher conferences are conducted twice a year to discuss child's progress, screening results, and any other important information the teacher and parent would like to discuss. Parent-teacher conference provide information pertaining to the child's areas of strength and areas of improvement. During the home visit, teacher shares the Teaching Strategies Goals report that explains the areas of progress and the areas which the teacher will work with the child at school to reach their full potential. A parent can request a parent-teacher conference with their child's teacher when needed. Open communication with teachers, HSPPS 1302.34. In Le Jardin, we encourage parents to have an open communication with the teacher at all times. When having concern or questions, it is extremely important that the parents notify the teachers first. This process helps teachers and parents to have a clearly and effective way of communication and to exchange ideas or suggestions to the professionals involved in their child's special education. Mental health and disability component. Mental health disability component provides individualized accommodations and support as necessary to support the full participation of children with disabilities and mental health concerns. Helps parents, caretakers to link children to therapy services. refers children for further evaluation to access eligibility determination for services under IDEA, assists parents of children with disabilities to become advocates for their children. Mental health staff are available to provide additional resources and referrals if you or your child has experienced or are currently experiencing trauma. Contact information for the licensed mental health professional and the mental health consultants are posted in the front of every center and are listed here. If additional assistance is needed with contacting a member of the mental health disability team, please work with your assigned family worker for further guidance. Definition of disability. Any condition of the body or mind that makes it more difficult for the person with the condition to do certain activities and interact with the world around them. Each child is unique and has unique needs, so no single approach to caring for children with special needs can be applied to all children, even those with the same disability or special need. LeJardine Community Center practices inclusion, meaning we include children of all abilities in the same classroom. Types of disabilities. Learning. Difficulties acquiring knowledge or skills to the level expected of those the same age. Problems can interfere with learning basic skills such as reading, writing, and/or math. This may mean difficulty communicating, learning, and retaining information. Emotional behavior affects a person's thinking, emotional state, and behaviors. Physical may affect either temporarily or permanently a person's physical capacity and/or mobility. Sensory affect one or more senses: sight, hearing, smell, touch, taste. During enrollment. During the interview process with the assigned family worker, if you have any concerns or services that your child may already be receiving, please let the family worker know, and they will complete a referral to mental health or disability component staff for follow-up. Mental health and disability staff will review the internal referral and pertinent documents prior to meeting with the teacher and parent in order to develop a follow-up intervention plan. The goals or strategies on the plan are carried out by the teacher in the classroom and by the parent in the home. Follow-up on the child's progress is conducted monthly. If additional concerns are noted, goals achieved, or condition resolved, an additional meeting is requested with parent by appropriate staff to update plan as needed. All parents of children with developmental concerns will be offered a referral to Early Steps or Fiddlers to access the child's eligibility for services under the Individual with Disabilities Education Act. While pending further evaluation, the individualized follow-up intervention plan is implemented, and the child is referred to a local agency to receive additional support services. Example: physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, mental health counseling. If the parent consents to the referral, the mental health disability staff will assist the parents through the evaluation process. If the child meets eligibility, an individualized family support plan, IFSP, or individualized education plan, IEP, will be developed. Developmental screenings. Within the first 45 calendar days of enrollment, children receive developmental screenings in the classroom setting, administered by teaching staff in collaboration with parents. Screening concerns. If results are borderline, show an area of concern, or teacher-parent notes a concern regarding a child's development at any point during the program year, the teacher will complete the referral process to the mental health disability component for follow-up. Therapist requirements. 1. If a child is receiving therapeutic services, the therapist must meet a number of requirements to obtain authorization to provide services in our centers or classroom. 2. Parents of children receiving therapeutic services on-site will be required to sign consent forms to allow therapists to provide services to their child on-site. 3. Once the therapist has been cleared and all requirements have been met, the therapist is allowed at the center to provide services. 4. Currently, the following services are permitted on-site: physical therapy, occupational therapy, ABA therapy, mental health counseling, and infant and toddler developmental specialists. 5. Speech therapy is not allowed at the centers. Adverse childhood experience. Adverse childhood experiences are potentially traumatic events that occur in childhood, 0 to 17-year-olds, such as experiencing violence, abuse, or neglect, witnessing violence in the home, and having a family member attempt or die by suicide. Also included are aspects of the child's environment that can undermine their sense of safety, stability, and bonding, such as growing up in a household with substance misuse, mental health problems, or instability due to parental separation or incarceration of a parent, sibling, or other member of the household. Traumatic events in childhood can be emotionally painful or distressing and can have effects that persist for years. Factors such as the nature, frequency, and seriousness of the traumatic event, prior history of trauma, and available family and community supports can shape a child's response to trauma. Trauma. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration describes individual trauma as resulting from an event, series of events, or set of circumstances that is experienced by an individual as physically or emotionally harmful or life-threatening, and that has lasting adverse effects on the individual's functioning and mental, physical, social, emotional, or spiritual well-being. Trauma has no boundaries with regard to age, gender, socioeconomic status, race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. Trauma is a common experience for adults and children in American communities, and it is especially common in the lives of people with mental health and substance use disorders. For this reason, the need to address trauma is increasingly seen as an important part of effective behavioral health care and a part of the healing and recovery process. Gentle reminder: if you or your child have experienced or are currently experiencing trauma, our centers are staffed by a licensed mental health and a licensed mental health consultant. Feel free to contact us for help. See below for the contact information. Health and Nutrition Component. Health and Nutrition Coordinator, Mari Carmen Velasquez Figueroa. Health Facilitators, Angelica Vasquez for Centers 5B and 9, Mariela Hernandez for Center 4 and 7, Caroline Vasquez for Center 2A, 6, and 9, Melissa Zavala for Center 8. Health requirements. It is a requirement of all enrolled and newly enrolled families to be up to date and maintain up-to-date status on all EPSDT health requirements. The EPSDT schedule is the early periodic screening, diagnostic, and treatment schedule mandated by the state of Florida. Staff and parents or guardians must ensure that children receive regularly scheduled examinations of physical, dental health, growth, development, and nutritional status follow. Immunizations are a required and exclusion will be mandated if not up to date. Physicians are mandated to fulfill the Medicaid EPSDT requirements in a timely manner. All well baby checks are covered through Medicaid insurance. Non-insured will be referred to the mobile health bus. Program requirements. Physicals. For the child's age of 2 months, the acceptance age ranges between 1 month to 3 months. 4 months, the accepted age ranges 3 months to 5 months. For a child 6 months, the accepted age ranges from 5 months to 8 months. For a child's age of 9 months, accepted age ranges from 8 months to 11 months, and so on. If a child's birthday is on January 1st, 2025, their 2-month physical is due any day between February 1st, 2025 to April 1st, 2025. If the parent goes to the doctor on April 2nd, 2025, that will be counted as the 4-month physical instead. Immunizations. The expiration date is the date when the child is past due for their next immunization. After this date, the form is no longer valid. The child must return to a physician or clinic before the expiration date to receive the immunizations needed. If an updated form is not returned by the expiration date, the child is out of compliance. Mobile Health Bus. Introducing the Mobile Health Bus, bringing healthcare to you. Why visit us? We're convenient and free. No need to travel far. Our bus comes to the Les Jardins centers. Insurance will not be charged. Comprehensive physical exams. From blood pressure checks to routine screenings, we've got you covered. Experienced health professionals. Our team of licensed medical providers ensure top-notch care. Appointments. Please call 305-205-1807 or your health facilitator to book. The Health Nutrition Department will help in obtaining determinations from healthcare professionals regarding whether the child is receiving age-appropriate preventative and primary medical care, as per the Well Child Visits and Periodicity Schedules outlined by Early and Periodic Screening, Diagnosis, and Treatment, EPSDT. If a child is past due a health evaluation, he or she will be seen by one of the licensed medical providers on the mobile health bus as needed. The services provided will not include vaccines or invasive procedures and do not replace a child's regular visits to his or her pediatrician. The services serve as a guide to ensure children are appropriately developing. Individual health plans. All children with identifiable and plausible chronic health condition must have an individual health plan detailing the diagnosis, symptoms, medication, or treatment filled out by a medical professional. Children with chronic conditions cannot enter classrooms until an IHP is on file and a plan of action is in place for managing the condition. Chronic conditions include asthma, food allergies, seizure disorders, metabolic disorders, developmental delays, eczema, etc. Medication administration. Medication cannot be administered unless it has been prescribed by a doctor and has a prescription label including name, date of birth, duration, and storage instructions of medication. A medication administration form must be filled out and signed by the parent before medication is administered. If a child is reported to need medication for a chronic condition as cited on their IHP, they will not be permitted in the classrooms until prescription is brought and a medication administration form is signed. Health alert exclusions. Children who are presenting symptoms of communicable and infectious disease or symptoms and conditions that need immediate attention will be issued a health alert and excluded from class. An issued health alert will result in a return action that may include a required doctor's note or 24 hours of observation. Health alerts are issued for conditions and symptoms that include, but are not limited to, fever, common cold, rash, worryworm, pink eye, chickenpox, lice, hands, foot, and mouth, diarrhea, COVID, vomiting, or whooping cough. Meal modifications. Any change in the meal cycle or meal pattern will require an IHP specifying why the child needs modifications to menu. An IHP must be turned into the health component before a child is allowed to enter the classroom for food allergies, food intolerances, etc. Infant formulas. The program standard formula, infant Enfamil formula, is the standard cow's milk-based formula suitable for infants without specific dietary restrictions or medical conditions. The WIC standard formulas, medical documentation is not needed for infants under 12 months of age to receive one of the 4 formulas pictured. However, Le Jardin Community Center requires WIC documentation to receive any of the WIC contracted formulas. Special formulas. Any infant formula not listed above will require an individualized healthcare plan, IHP, to be filled out by a physician. This ensures that the specific nutritional and medical needs of infants are met appropriately.